Hello everyone, it is BluecatEra here once again with another basing episode. In this episode, we are going to be basing with the gang called Float. If you recall from the last episode, which was the Lights Out basing video, I mentioned that I was going to be doing this base relatively soon. That actually being on the same day, August 19th, 2016. So right now we're currently inside the lethal base, which has a nice sort of Japanese touch to it. I always kind of like the theme of this base, even though there's one other base, I think. JZ just might be the only other base that has a similar theme. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it might be. I would like it if the bases had like a little bit more of a theme to them. Like most of them always seem like some sort of, I don't know, how would you describe a base? Like obviously Neozone kind of looks like some sort of military bunker. Pirate Zone, well, if you don't know what the Pirate Zone theme is, you're obviously retarded. Mafia Zone, well, I guess they do have their original themes. They're all sorts of unique in a way. I can't quite figure out what Tachi Zone's supposed to be. I'm trying to think. Because it's like, it looks like some sort of complex, maybe? Maybe it's like an office? No, it can't be an office building. Why would there be a helipad? Like, there's a helipad on top of the Tachi base. Alright, whatever. I'm going totally off course here. So this is Float. It is run by Louis. He's a very good friend of mine. You should join this gang because, well, this video is about to show you why. We're currently going against PvP, which, if you are not already familiar with PvP, allow me to give you a little bit of a background to them. So PvP, all I know is that it's run by William. I believe he's French or something like that. It's not exactly an easy gang. It's a pretty tough gang. You can see here they have quite the number on us. I mean, I do believe we might have a little bit more. No. We have a little bit less than what they have. Speaking of a little bit less, this is also not to mention that eventually they do obtain a chemical gun. But I won't spoil the surprise of how we managed to handle out with that. All I'm going to say is, we did it surprisingly well. So, what I was thinking, one thing that I wanted to do in the last video that I didn't quite get to do, was I wanted to add a little bit of some pointers when it comes to certain bases. Like for example, I guess sort of nitpicked a little bit at Lights Out. But I always wanted to like sort of expand upon the fact that it's a basing video. I want to help people a little bit more. Some people say that when they watch my videos it helps them a little, so why not put a little bit of emphasis on that? So probably throughout the video I'm going to be explaining why I did this, or if I even catch the moment right, I'll add a little brief description as to why I decided to undergo that route instead of something else a little bit more careless or something a little bit more careful or otherwise. So alright, so the first thing that I would like to mention is occasionally throughout the video you might see me like go through the door and then immediately leave back. Well, what's the reason for doing that? Well, if you use your head, you can probably imply that it's a good way to sort of get a feel for your surroundings right outside the entrance door. Because right when you walk through a door, bullets re-render all over again. So on their screen, it might look like they just hit you 5 times. But on your screen, those bullets didn't even hit you yet, because those bullets were not even non-existent until you walk through the door. So it's a good way to sort of scat out the entrance, that way you don't just go in guns blazing and do something awfully careless or impulsive. It's a nice little defensive strategy that most players, I think, don't really do too often. Most players find it to be cheap or cowardly. I find it to be simply smart. In addition, the last basing video, you probably noticed that I used the Homo Switch Shield quite a lot, and if you haven't noticed it in the last video, you're probably going to notice it in the next Lights Out video, because I use the Homo Switch Shield a lot, and trust me, that comes in handy. Most people usually don't just pull it out at random, probably because they don't have it equipped to a hotkey, or they feel as if they should have their gun out at all times. But sometimes staying defensive is the best route. Your defense is your offense. That's the way I like to think, that's the way I've been taught and raised by Iceman. But enough about that. Something else I like to do is I'm not really exactly one to be aggressive. Once again, that's another point that I mentioned in my last video, because I just find that aggression almost never works. Unless you've been doing it this whole time, probably you've built up a little bit of a strategy or have a general idea of what to do and what not to do. Although, really, when it comes to being aggressive, there really is what's not to do, because you just do it anyways. It's rather impulsive and spontaneous. And also inconsistent. Okay, I'm gonna stop listing vocabulary words, that's getting kind of annoying. So what else am I doing right now? Well, right now, as you noticed, William attempted to rush me. So what did I do? I moved back. Now, walking to the other room was completely unintentional. I did not mean to do that. The thing is, though, is that right when you walk to the entrance to the flag room from the right side, if you don't even move in and just shoot to the right or the left, you immediately go back to the previous room, which I believe that's what I did, and that's why I went back. But I decided, why not? I already went back. Might as well improvise off this. But anyways, I moved back because I knew he was rushing me. And how do you deal with rushes? Simple. You stay more defensive than them. Most times you notice that when you're off to a standoff where, let's say, two people are, I suppose you could say parallel to a box. Like, there's a box in the middle. You're on the left side, your enemy's on the right side. You can't shoot through the box. You can only go around in order to get to your enemy. So what do? Do you go around, or do you hit them? Or just stay there? What I would do is I would sit there, hypothetically. Because normally what I've learned from iFreeze is that eventually people start to get quote-unquote frustrated. And when they get frustrated, they do something stupid just to get it over with, whether they win or lose. Taking advantage of that opportunity and the frustration of others is definitely one way you can be a better baser. You always want to be patient. Patience is key. Patience is something that not a lot of people have in this game. And trust me, I've known from experience. Well, I'm not really patient all that much, but I've seen other people who are. I had to clear my throat. Yes, that is actually how I clear my throat. If you have any more questions or concerns, don't kick me. Right, so what am I doing here? I just realized that I'm commentating more about other things rather than the actual video, which sort of bothers me, but sort of doesn't. I kind of like the fact that I'm just able to just nag on. I feel like that's what most commentators do anyways, although really I should be relating a little more to the video and what's going on right now. Like, oh look, I'm shooting up the hallway and now I'm about to kill her, even though I did not. In fact, I don't think I killed anyone here. I might have killed the food guy. Ah, that's something else I wanted to bring up. Thanks a lot, Foo, for bringing up that dick conversation. I noticed that a lot of gangs here are like really obsessed with like sexual comments and like harassment and stuff like that. Like, I'm almost tempted to ask some of the females in the gang, like, how do you deal with that? Like, it doesn't bother you how there's someone always wanting to take the Mile High Club, quote unquote? I mean, let me tell you guys a story. Again, I'm going completely off topic of what's going on in the video, but I had to get my word across, right? I mean, I'm a commentator. So anyways, story time folks. One time I was in Green Reapers. This was recently, of course, because there will be no other time that I was able to recall such detail other than when it was recent. So, I was in the Green Reaper base. Green Reaper, oh my god. Terrible commentating. But I was there and I was taking a look at the gang chart just because I was there for the heck of basing and I figured why not. Why not transition from GZ to Tochi? I mean, they're practically like neighbors. But like when I was there, like seriously, it's like the only thing they talk about is like vaginas, penises, and sex positions. That's all I saw in that gang chart. And I swear the next time I talk to someone else that I know, next thing you know, I'm talking just like them. What the hell happened? Did I get plagued with something? Anyways, I'm going off topic. That's just my little nitpick of the day. The Grim Reapers is actually a pretty nice gang. I'm actually hoping to get base with them soon. As well as Velocity, and I also have a list of other gangs as well. Somebody told me, why not base with the region? Well, I didn't base with region because I just simply didn't go there. I mean, if I go there and I get a recruit and something's going on, sure, why not? I mean, that's pretty much the goal of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to expose as many... Expose, that's not really exactly the greatest word to use now, is it? I'm trying to sort of... showcase, yes, that's a great word to use. Showcase some of the other gangs that are available in Graal, that way you can watch my videos and get a decent feel for them. You can probably take a look at their gang charts, their how they play, their play style, their gang members, how well you like them, how well you don't like them. Although probably most of the time, if I'm looking for something like action-paced, you're probably not going to find a lot of conversation in the video. So I guess watching my video to see how they are in person probably isn't really the best idea. Alright, so this video was once again about another 11 minutes long, and it's almost about to come to a close. Unfortunately, I was not able to advertise other gangs, but I would like to say, give iFreeze 2 a shot. I really encourage you to do it. Their leader, Leilani, yes, I know I'm bringing her name up again, just recently got a brand new automatic rifle. In fact, we were just here at Bluecat earlier, and my god, she kicked ass. Alright, well that's all the time that I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. The introduction was made by Roland Santos, and there will be additional parts for the float gang basing video, as well as the lights out basing video, and hopefully more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later in the next part. Take care.